Hi again. It's great to be back with you. And for those of you that know me, you know that I really am known for a couple of things. One, that I ask a lot of questions. When I was 20, I knew all the answers, and then my quest turned into looking for questions that lead me to an answer that lead me to a better question. And the second thing is I kind of a wordsmith. I like to know the root meanings of words and where they came from and how they became part of our vocabulary. And so today I have a question about words. And so I'm going to ask you the question, and then I've got a couple of things I want to bring to you, and then we're going to wrap up today with that question again. So the question is it better and more powerful to speak positive things to ourselves and embrace that, or is it better and more powerful to speak less negative words to ourselves? So I think about that, and in the chat, in the messages, the DMs, reach out to me. Let me know what you think. So, words do matter. I have said for a very long time, when people ask me to describe myself, I would say I'm just the kid next door. And last weekend, I got another nudge. And for those of you that know me again, that I pay attention to the nudges. And the nudge was I was using a wrong word. And so I started to think about it, and the word was just. And I started really embracing that. I was just the kid next door, and that it was pretty inaccurate. And so what I say now is I'm the kid next door. The difference is I'm not better than you. I have no more abilities than anybody else. I'm not that celebrity that wants to let people know that I'm here and a big ego. But the difference is that, like many of you, I have done something. And to embrace that energy, that commitment, that activity, whatever it may be, separates and elevates you from so many other people that are waiting on the sidelines for something to happen to them. Now, the good news is it's totally in our power. It's our choice that we make, whether or not we choose to engage in many times the things that are more risky. I'm taking a risk today to be with you, to maybe explore something that's a little bit different than what you've heard before. When we use words and we empower them and take them on as truth, that's when we start creating a reality. And one of my Garyisms is reality is overrated. I'm not even supposed to be here because I was diagnosed, as some of you also know, with multiple sclerosis back in 1988. And the neurologist, in his belief system, said I would be dead or in a wheelchair within 10 years. Now, 36 years later, I'm still here. I'm still out there doing things. Now, I've had to adjust. But if I had believed those words, I firmly know, not believe, I know that I would not be here. So let me come back to the question that I, gave you at the beginning of this short video. Is it better and more powerful to speak positive things to ourselves, or is it better to speak less negative things to ourselves? So what I've come to embrace, and it's a little bit contrary to what a lot of people think, is to speak less negative things to ourselves, not more positive. And the illustration I'd like to give you is, say you have a beaker of water, and that beaker of water has really nasty water in it. It's contaminated, it's cloudy, it just has all kinds of gunk. And so this is that pool that we're putting into our bodies, into our subconscious, because we are 80% water. And in that, we put in some of the positive, clean water into that beaker of dirty water. What will happen? The dirty water contaminates the clean water. It happens every time. And so by eliminating and decreasing the negative water, as we put in the positive water, we will overcome that negative response that we have. And so as you think about this, I would love to hear your comments, your thoughts about this. But I would challenge each and every one of you to start thinking about the negative things that, even if it's a slightly negative, when I said the word just, the kid next door, is to listen to what we are saying to ourselves. And as we identify those words, eliminate them. Really put them out of your mind. And when you start saying them, just say, now I use a program from Dragon, Professionally Speaking. It's a voice-actuated software system. And when I say something and it comes on the screen that I don't want, there is a command that you can erase it. And it's scratch that. And so when you hear that in your mind, you can say it out loud, you can say it to yourself, but even if you have that thought, say scratch that. Eliminate it and then scratch it off, put it out of your mind. And when you do that, you have this new possibility of coming out and seeing things in a totally different light. So with that, I just appreciate each and every one of you for coming on and watching these videos. And I would love to hear from you and see what changes and the impacts that these little conversations that we're kind of having. It's a little bit different because it's a monologue, but I would love to meet each and every one of you. And if there's anything that I can help connect you to, a service, a process, please let me know. And until next time, have a great day. Talk to you soon.